Fractal, an Indian company, has launched Kalaido.ai. This is a text to image generator. Okay. So here they say that it's a foundational model. It's a foundational model built for India. It can train model. They have trained model on Indian languages and images. So I thought I want to try this out. Okay. So you can go to Kalaido.ai and you can create your images with an account. So I created an account over here, and the first kind of image I tried was a prompt saying that I wanted to put it in Hindi about a picture of Taj Mahal taken by a drone during the night, okay, and clear skies. So these were the images which have been generated. Okay, so if you look at this image, right, it doesn't look like an image which has been generated during night. Okay, I'm not sure why it's not opening up these images to look at in detail. Yeah, this looks like an image which has been generated from a drone shot in the night, but the other images maybe this is like an image during twilight, right? Yeah, so this was the very first image which I generated, and I had written the prompt in Hindi. रात में ड्रोन से ली गई ताज महल की तस्वीर आसमान साफ. Okay, so the advantage with this particular model is that you can put prompts in Indian languages, right? Indian local languages, and it is able to produce images based on local language prompts. Somewhere I read that they have support up to 18 languages, 18 Indian languages. Okay, and this is a beta version of the product. So let us look at another case where I put saying a wet afternoon, Brigade Street, Bengaluru, overcast sky. So this is a very local thing. Like there is a Brigade Street in Bangalore, and I have, based on that, I have created these. I put this prompt, and these were the images which were generated. And to be honest, these images look nowhere close to Brigade Street in Bengaluru. I'm not sure why it doesn't open the images, because when I tried earlier, I could open the images and show it over here. Maybe there are some UI issues. Okay, but if you look at these images, maybe I'll just zoom in a little bit. Right, this is nowhere close to Brigade Street. There are issues with human hands, issues with movements. Okay, but yeah, it has created an image, and this looks more like a street from, say, Bombay or Hyderabad, right? Or any other Indian city for that matter. Somehow that localization is missing over here. Okay, then I wrote another prompt which talks about a scenic temple from a village in Dakshina Kannada. So Dakshina Kannada is a district in Karnataka. There are unique temple architectures over there, a lot of temples. Okay, so I wrote surrounded by a stream and a HD picture, and here I said a style photo long exposure. So it has created some nice images, but again the architecture is nowhere close to Dakshina Kannada. So when you are talking about foundational models for India, and when you are talking about local foundational models, I kind of expected that it will be more localized, but this seems like any generic Buddhist temple or a generic temple architecture over here. Right, I'm trying see this architecture is nowhere close to the kind of temples we have in Dakshina Kannada. Okay, then I tried a prompt in Kannada which says about the English translation of this is a house in Malenadu surrounded by a stream, and in Kannada it is about the prompt is actually about coffee estate. So I said it's about a coffee estate and a hills house surrounded by a stream. Okay, so coffee estate mattu it is like the prompt is like coffee estate mattu ಹೊಳೆಯಿಂದ ಆವೃತವಾದ ಮಲೆನಾಡಿನ ಮನೆ. Okay, so that is a Kannada prompt which I put over here, and it generated some images, but again if you look at the details, it kind of messes up with the house architecture. It doesn't look very you can point out mistakes in the generation over here. Okay, I'm not sure why this image is not getting zoomed over here. Probably they need to work on that, but yeah, I'll zoom it over here and show you. So if you see over here the way this house, it kind of messes up with this generation. Yeah, it's a beta product, so probably it should improve over a period of time. And it is able to get a stream, and it is able to get some coffee plants over here, maybe coffee cups over here. Okay, that I still feel that the localization is kind of missing, and in my limited testing I find this is quite early stages of the, say, a stable diffusion model or something like that, right? Still a lot of improvements need to be done. For example, here I said about Dasara at Bangalore Palace, huge elephant procession, evening lights, huge crowd. Okay, so it kind of created a picture over here of an elephant surrounded by people. This is not the way it is going to be. Or say a bunch of small elephants behind people over here. Yeah, so that is my initial impression. Again, I wrote a frustrated Indian IT worker looking lost at a laptop screen near window in huge IT building. It kind of generated these images. And if you look at this image, for some reason I'm not able to zoom. Okay, let me do one thing. Let me generate this AI image again and let it get generated, right? In the meanwhile, I'll point out what I'm coming to. This AI model messes up with the generation of eyes, right? And hands. It still has that issue of, your hands go for a toss over here. Your eyes are weird. Okay, really weird. I have another example over here where, I said about generation of images of children in the school, and here it was like, if I were to open an image, and let me zoom in a little bit. If you look at the eyes over here, the eyes are all crazy, the faces are crazy over here. Nowhere close to a real face, nowhere close to a painting, none. So many artifacts in the faces and hands generation over here, right? So this AI still has issues with faces, hands, creating realistical things. So those kind of issues are there. So for example, an Indian child performing a prayer in front of a Lord Krishna statue, the eyes go for a toss. The eyes in the idol goes for a toss over here, and things like that. So did it actually finish completing over here? Maybe I'll refresh the page. And I'll put a prompt again saying that an frustrated IT worker looking at the laptop near a window in a big building. And let me generate this. Okay, it takes some time for the generation. In the meanwhile, we can look at some other prompts. So this was Indian school children at an assembly in Bangalore government school. Drone shot. Maybe the uniforms are coming out properly. This is the typical color of, the government school uniforms, blue. And if you look at the faces, the eyes, everything goes for a toss, right? They have these different styles over here, like photographic, cinematic, so you can play around with that. We'll quickly see if our IT worker is generated over here, and okay, I didn't put Indian because then it pulled out a generic Western IT worker. Okay, let me put Indian. So these were some of the images which I have generated. Okay, this is another image which said a protester holding a postcard saying that Google is evil in Bangalore streets. Okay, with the recent, a lot of Indian apps being delisted from Google, I just thought, let me try out this. And here also, if you look at the eyes go for a toss, the text play card goes for a toss, right? A lot of these things need to be improved. Okay, but this is a beta product, so you can take it at that face value. Okay, so this was about famous Indian artist Raja Ravi Verma working on one of his painting. Here again, context, everything goes for a toss. Right? This looks like a modern person doing a painting, right? Not the original Indian artist Raja Ravi Verma. Okay. This is a Tanjore painting, so I pulled out some characteristics and other things. There was this interesting blog post which talks about how to generate these kind of paintings from Midjourney and what are the characteristics of these paintings. So I pulled out from there and I put a prompt saying that, can you create a Tanjore painting depicting the court of Rajaraja Cholan with the following features? right? I put these features and these were the kind of images which were generated. Okay, some of these images are still okay, but if you look at a reference image for this in Google, these are the kind of images again, right? So overall, for me, this model needs to undergo a lot of changes. Look at these eyes over here, right? The eye generation, the hand generation. Look at this image where the eyes are, it's totally messed up, right? So this product needs to undergo a lot of iterations, I believe, for improving it. So currently it is in beta. It's interesting over here. Somewhere I read that they also have taken care that they have not used copyrighted material in their training process, localized model and other things. But yeah, from initial testing perspective, at least for me, I find it a little bit underwhelming in terms of the images which have been created over here. Maybe with creative prompts, a lot of others have also had very good images generated. So it may be subjective as well. But yeah, I expect that future versions of this product, when it comes, would overcome all these shortcomings, and we definitely will have an Indian foundational text to image AI model. So this was a short video on Kalaido.ai, Indian foundational text to image AI model. And you can go and try out over here, and probably they can look at these images and they would really improve the model going forward. I hope this video is useful to you. If you like the video, please like, share, subscribe to the channel. See you in another video.